In this video, we are going to review the section 6B logarithmic functions in the final review packet. So first, let's review about evaluating logs. So when I have a log with some base to some number and it's asking me for this answer, really it's saying the base to what power equals that number. So for example, this is 2 to what power equals 8, 2 to the third power equals 8. This is 3 to what power is 81, 3 to the fourth power is 81. 2 to what power is 1/4? Well, 2 to the second is 4, so 2 to the negative 2 would be 1/4. 6 to the 0 would be 1. Now I gotta be careful with these. The square root of 5 is the same as 5 to the 1/2 power. So 5 to what power is the same as the square root of 5? It's gonna be the 1/2 power. 11 to what power is 11? 11 to the first power. Anytime we have the same base like this, those just cancel, so my answer is just 18. 3 to what power is 1 over 81? It's going to be -4, and ln of e is always 1. So now we have this graph here, and it's asking what the transformation is. So this -3 on the inside means it's shifted right 3 units. Shifted 3 units to the right, and shifted 1 unit up. All right, let's review how to graph logs. So first I see the base here, so that'd be the opposite of a 3 to the x power. So if I plug in 0, 1, -1, I get 1/3, 1, and 3. So to graph a log, we're just going to switch the input and the output. So my input is going to become my output, and my output is going to become my input. But then don't forget this +2 means I'm shifting everything left 2. So first I'm going to plot these points. So this 1/3, -1, 1, 0, 3, 1. Then I'm going to shift everything left 2. So left 2, left 2, left 2. So my asymptote is now going to be at x equals -2 because it was shifted left 2 from 0. And then my graph will look something like this. All right, now solving exponential and logarithmic equations. So in exponentials, we try to get a common base. But when I can't get a common base, my goal is to isolate the part with the exponent. So I'm going to minus the 4. And then I'm going to convert this into log form. So it's log base 10 of 8 equals x plus 3. Now you're going to type this in the calculator. If you have a TI calculator, then you want to go to your math button and go all the way to the bottom where it says option A, where it says log base. If you don't have a TI calculator, you're going to do log base 8 divided by log base 10, just using the log button on your calculator. Either way, you're going to get 0.903, and then to finish solving for x, I would -3. And so x is going to equal -2.097. And I'd follow these same rules for the number 15. So I'm going to minus the 9, log base 2 of 4 equals 3x. Log base 2 of 4 is 2. Divide by 3, and so x would equal 2/3. When it's a log equation, now we want to convert this into an exponential. So this is base of 3 exponent of 2. So base of 3 exponent of 2 is going to equal my answer, and then I'm going to finish solving. Same with this one, base of 4, power of 3. if I have anything on the same side as the log, I want to get rid of that. So this -6 is multiplied by the log, so I'm going to divide by -6. So I have log base 9 of -3x minus 2 equals 1. So 9 to the 1 equals -3x minus 2. Well, 9 to the 1 is just 9. So I'm going to have 11 equals -3x. X is equal to -11/3. When you have logs on both sides, check that they're the same type of log, so log base 4, log base 4. And then you can just set the insides equal to each other. So 3x squared plus 2x equals 15 plus 2x squared. Now I can see these are quadratic equations because of the squared, so I'm going to move everything to one side. I'm going to put x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. Factor this by thinking about what multiplies to -15 and adds to 2, which would be 5 and -3. So my two solutions are -5 and +3. Now, when I plug those back in, they both work. So you just want to make sure you don't get a negative number when you plug them back in. For this last example, we are going to use the same formulas that we used in exponential. So Max invested $800 in an account that offers 4.5% interest, compounded semi-annually. How long will it take for his money to double? So we're going to be using our P times 1 plus R over N T. And I know that because they're talking about how many times it's compounded, and semi-annually would be twice. If it said compounded continuously, then we'd be using our A equals PERT formula. So I know that they want my money to double, so that means I need to double 800. That's what I'm hoping the outcome is. So that'll be 1,600. I'm starting with 800. My 4.5% is 0.045 because I moved that decimal 2 to the left, divided by N, which is the semi-annually, and then 2 times T because I'm solving for T. So I'm going to kind of do two things at once. First, I'm going to divide over this 800 to the 1,600. And I'll end up with 2 equals. Then I'm going to simplify what's in my parentheses here. So if I type 1 plus 0.045 divided by 2 in my calculator, I'm going to get 1.0225. I'm not going to round it because it is a terminating decimal. Now when you're trying to solve for an exponent, we are going to use logs. So I'm going to take this equation, and my base is this number because this part number has the exponent. So I'm going to say log base 1.0225 of the answer, which is 2, equals the exponent, which is 2 times t. So then to finish getting t alone, I would want to divide by 2. So in my calculator, I want to type in that whole side. I could have also just typed this part in the calculator, rounded that value, and then divided by 2. Either way will work. So t is going to equal, so my calculator, I'm going to do log base 1.0225 of 2. Divide, I get 31. So if you just did this part, you get 31.15. But then if I divide that by 2, I'm going to get 15.58 years. That's how long it would take his money to double.